Hi everybody, I am Husky Light. Thank you for stopping by. I am not going to say it. I've got to get in the habit of not saying it. I have put, um, I got all technical today. Have you seen the beginning? How cool's that? I showed my son earlier on. I said, what do you think of that then? My new intro. And he's like, who made that? I was like, me? And he just looked at me as if to say, you can't do that. You're my mother. You're too old to do that. So, because he's like semi-pro gamer person, and yeah, he couldn't believe his old mum had done that. But anyway, she did. I've been playing today. I've been being creative. So right, angel cards for the weekend. I don't know how everyone's week has been. Mine's been in the middle. Better than the week before, but still. And is anyone having ascension symptoms? We went through 11:11 yesterday, which was a portal, and I don't know if it's the painkillers that are doing this to me, but I'm doing the dizzy thing again. And I've also noticed with readings that I've done today, I keep stopping. I think I put Pisces out this morning. And I get halfway through saying something and I'm just like, bleh, stop. I can't say anything. And it feels like I've not said anything for ages and I have to force myself to carry on. It's really strange. So there's been stuff like that going on for me this week. There's been, I think we're definitely going through something at the moment, a few of us. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that's going through it. In fact, I know I'm not. Yeah, strange stuff going on, just little bits and pieces. I took my car in for an MOT the other day, and the young lad in there was like, oh, I've cracked my screen on my phone, on my mobile phone again. I just turned around to him and said, yeah, you've got way too many personal problems going on in your life, that's why it cracked. And he just went, oh, and ran off and then come out again later. How did you know that? I don't. So I think I think things are getting stronger. The energies are getting a lot stronger. It's been quite strange. I've found that the readings that I've done today, there's so much more information coming out than usual. So we shall see what the weekend's got in store for us. And I want to, anybody that's emailed me, I will be catching up on all my emails tomorrow. A couple of you won't have heard from me yet, but don't worry, I will. I answer pretty much every email that I get, even though sometimes it may take me 2 or 3 days or a little bit more to get round to it. Depending on what's going on, how many I've got in my inbox at the time, but I will always answer and I will always help in whatever way I can do. I want to, oh, not again. I've had a whole day of seeing 3s, 333, 303, 313, 333, all day. So we've got changes coming around. It's just been 3s. And if you look up your angel numbers on 3s, it's changes in new directions and maybe, I know mine said slight upheavals, but I don't quite know what that means. I don't want to think about that one in order to get us on the right path. So we shall see. You can hear me cracking because I'm just shuffling away while I'm doing this, and I do just want to go into some of the comments because I've had loads of comments as well. Thank you so much. The December ones have just started coming out. I'm not rushing them. They're coming out sort of 1 or 2 a day, which is fine because it's not the last day of the month. I usually have them out on the last day of the month every month, don't I? So that's pretty good. See, my screen camera's in the way, but I do want to go through a few. So if you're having any weird symptoms this week or have been doing, let me know. think we've had a few days of really sort of high energy and things going really well, and being really happy and everything. But I know that I personally, I've had that, and then I've suddenly had emotional burst into tears a couple of times today for no reason whatsoever that I can think of, unless it's my twin flame feeling like that, and I'm feeling that too. It could be, but I don't know. But there is a really strong energy. I think we've reached the peak of the energies, and I think whatever it is that, you know, we've been hoping and wishing for should start to be coming through. A lot of us should be starting to see results on that. I also know that from away, well, it depends how long it takes some people, but if you have a sudden awakening and you're going through it quite quickly, as I did, it takes around a year in total for you to go through almost everything that you need to go through. There will always be adjustments, there will always be other little things that you need to clear and release, and tests that will come up, but from sort of dark night of the soul through, I think it's about a year on average. The average average, like anything's average in this, awakening takes in terms of time. That might help some of you that are just starting to wake up at the moment. Might be easier for some of it. I think it all depends on age. I think it depends on how old you are when you go through this awakening, as to how much stuff you've got to clear. You know, and if you're sort of middle aged like me, that makes me sound old. Then when you know you've got a lot of stuff to clear, there's a lot of stuff for you to go through, probably depending on your childhood and your programming and everything else that you've been through. There's a lot of stuff to go through and a lot of stuff to clear, so it can take quite a while to do that. And to come to terms, it takes a while to come to terms when you are hearing things and seeing things that you've never seen before, that you didn't know existed. New thoughts, new concepts of, you know, that's going to, along the way, obviously that causes confusion, and it takes a lot of adjustment as well to get used to it. So my computer's gone on a go slow. Where, hey? Hello again. My computer went funny. I had to turn it off because it did go on a go slow and stop. Right. And I've done that stopping thing again. Jackie Collins. She used to write. Wasn't she? Jackie Collins is an old Hollywood star. No, Joan Collins. It's Jackie Collins. She passed away not that long ago. She used to write sexy books. Not that I ever read them when I was a kid. Right, Jackie Collins. Hiya. I have been following you since you started on YouTube. That's wow, thank you. I have never watched anything regarding angels, spirits, guides or tarot, and I am so fascinated with it. This is the one that I did on energy waves the other day when I had my little download. It's funny how when I wake up in the morning, I do my daily prayer to God and the angels. I ask questions sometimes and I get the answers. Yep, absolutely. The funny part is when I get to work, I do your morning meditation before I open my restaurant. Oh, you're gonna have to get back in touch and tell me how that meditation's going, because that meditation, that new moon manifestation meditation that I did, I was really proud of that. That took hours and hours to do. I'd love to know anyone who has been listening to it on a regular basis and how it's working for you, if it is helping, if it is bringing things through for you. So you help get me grounded, and I resonate with you as well. The other morning I surrendered all my worries to God, and then your daily angel cards was surrender and release. Yeah. And I asked myself, how does she do that? You do it all the time. I got my answers to that question when I watched this video. I think you're amazing and happy to be in your wave. Thank you. I do it as well. I have watched other tarot cards readers. and they will come out with something that seems so personal to you at that moment, and you think, oh wow, how on earth, you're talking to me, you're talking to me. And you think it's really personal, and it is, but they're connecting into the collective consciousness, as I explained. If you've not watched that video, please go and watch it, the energy waves one. That's what it is. That's why you see lots of readers who give out angel or tarot card, and we will all give out the same messages. We're all in different countries, none of us know each other, but we're all connecting into the collective consciousness, and coming down with, we're getting the thoughts, the collective thoughts that have been reflected up, coming back down to us as well, plus our higher guidance, which gives us the more personal details as well to bring out to you. And that's how it works, and it is amazing. And yes, when you ask your angels, you will get the answer in some form, whether it's through angel cards, through the TV, through a song, you will get them, and as soon as you hear it, you know that that's the answer to the question that you've been asking. And it does take a while to get used to, and it is fantastic. Juanita Perales, I'm getting used to saying your name now, Juanita, and it's a gorgeous name. Loved your reading. Prayers were sent on the 11th, and I hope to get my answers. I am also giving foods and other things to my friends. I am paying it forward. That is it. If you can give anything away to charity, we've all got junk around the house that we never use. Just give it away to charity. It's stuff. It's material stuff. It can be replaced. But it is paying it forward. What goes around comes around, and that really helps with your gratitude as well, and that really helps with everything. I am in the mode of forgiveness. Why I don't know why I am forgiving, because I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did either. I did a lot of things that I have to give forgiveness for, or find forgiveness within ourselves, for ourselves, an awful lot. I'm sure there's a lot of us like that as well. So, and giving forgiveness to others. Lourdes Santiago, wow, you just described everything that I'm going through. That's amazing, thank you. That's the energy waves as well. Indigo Hearts, my whole life got flipped upside down, and I'm waiting for the good. The good will come in. Wheel of Fortune, it always does. There is always a period of bad, and then there's a period of good. It might be that you've just gone through the Tower or the Death card and gone through transformation. Oh, actually, that you've left that for that message you've left was the air signs for November, and the Death card was in there. So it was transformation. It's coming through. It is coming through. The good is coming through. If you've gone through a transformation, usually if you have to go through a major transformation, if things completely fall apart, the only way is up. Things can only get better from that point on. E.A. Kelly, this was my sleep paralysis one that I did, which was really interesting. I was wondering if you came across any research about when this happens, when people are under anaesthesia. This happened to my dad when he was having his heart shocked back into rhythm. He could see, hear and feel everything, but couldn't move or say anything while it was all happening. Wow. Now, I would imagine if he was under anaesthetic, that would be one of the reasons why he couldn't move, because anaesthesia just knocks out your whole body. You can't move. But if you could hear and see and feel everything, that would have been a near-death experience for him. So it would actually be good to ask you, has your dad, since that happening, has he continued to have experiences since then? Has he almost had an awakening? Has his perception changed in the way he looks at the universe since that happened to him? Because usually that is a life-changing awakening moment. Near-death experiences, that's one of the ways of waking up, is to have a near-death experience. Probably not the best way, but it's one of the ways, and that happens to a lot of people. And I have read a lot about, I didn't come across it when I was doing my research for the sleep paralysis, but I have come across things before, you know, when people have been on the operating table, they've died for a few seconds and they've actually risen up out of their body. They've been able to see exactly what the surgeons were doing. They could see the instruments in the room. They could hear the surgeon's conversation between themselves and be able to repeat it back afterwards to them, much to the surprise of the surgeons and the hospitals. So that'd be quite interesting to know, actually. Has your dad changed his perspective since that happened? Tamika Lee, Cancer so resonated, but I'm a Capricorn. That was Cancer. Patience. They're coming out. They're coming out. I'm concentrating on them. I want to get as much information out on those as I can. As they say, it's they're really makes a change. Sutika Blue, your channel is brilliant. I've really enjoyed it this year. A big thank you for it. Thank you. But again, it's you. It's all of you that make this channel. All of you. Otherwise, I'd just be sat here talking to myself, which I probably do frequently. Earth Spirit. Again, on the sleep paralysis video, I've had this happen and it was really scary. It always occurred, or almost always, during lightning storms when I was severely frightened anyway. So that's heightened you if you're scared of storms. Yeah, that's heightened your fear. And then it stopped when I finally decided to pray, which is exactly what happened to me when it happened to me. And I just started saying, guides and angels are protecting me, go away, that's it, I'm not having it. There was the feeling of something being in the room with me, yeah, which is what I experienced. I'm glad I didn't feel the pressing down on me or anything. I could just see them over there. So they obviously weren't going to come too close to me because I am I believe I am protected by guides and angels, and I am. So they didn't actually sort of sit on me or anything. So that was really good. That was so good. Whatever it was dreadful. And then something completely different. One night she woke up to find bobbing, bright, colourful lights in the room. Both times at 3 AM. Is that 3 again? Thank you. After I'd woken up, they flew out of the room and even set off the neighbour's security light. So I still don't know what it was. This is what I say before. When we see things, we hear things that nobody else can see or hear. If they're still asleep. And they wonder what on earth we're talking about, but those of us who are awakening and that are seeing it, and it is a lot to get used to. Bright, colourful lights, they could have been orbs. They could be the beginning of the manifestation of spirits into your room. The beginning of manifestations of angels appearing. They usually start out as orbs first, or little lights, usually when you see them. So I can't tell you exactly what it is, but that's my idea on what they probably were. And of course, they set off the neighbour's security light because they have an energy field around them. Everything is a vibration. Everything is an energy. So they do exist. It's not that they don't exist. If they didn't exist, they wouldn't have set off the security light. But everything is an energy around you. Leslie Mitchell, you've watched my new moon manifestation. Very powerful, thank you. Shruti, 11/11 is the Festival of Lights Day in India. I've never heard of that. You'll have to tell me about that. Your readings are really good, thank you. Festival of Lights in India. I'll have to look that up and see what that is, unless you want to get back to me and tell me. Diwali. That sounds good though. Gail Kenyon sending me healing energy. Energy work coming my way, sis. Thank you. because I've still got a cough and a bit of a cold. My shoulder, I'm going to have to put the camera down for the cards because I can't move. I can still hardly move my arm. These painkillers, because I'm not used to taking them, are driving me crackers. Shoulders bear the burdens of life, and there's something heavy going on in your life that you need to address at this time, and there anger involved. Yeah, I did say actually, yeah, stress over over my daughter, over the dogs, over other things, yeah, and hopefully once all that is sorted, hopefully this pain should calm down a little bit, the pain should ease. But usually if you've got aches or pains within your body, I mean mine is, I have inflamed tendons and everything, so it is really painful. I'm having to take painkillers, but it is also an indication of blockages and things that need to come out and need to clear as well from a spiritual point of view. So, you know, like Gail says, it is, I've got the weight of the world on my shoulders to a certain extent, worrying about, you know, and other people. When you're worrying, you know, neck pains and back pains and shoulder pains and things like that can all indicate certain blockages. Happy New Moon 1111 Portal from Amy Mullet. Thank you, darling. And to you. Helio, I'm due to send you an email tomorrow. And we'll get back to you. And saying about isolation, which is what I spoke about in energy waves. You spoke about isolation for 1 or 2 days. I think what I was referring to was isolation at the beginning of an awakening, when it can be months and months completely isolated, and because your friends are falling away that are no longer serving you, that you don't understand anymore, and they're deliberately being taken away from you because once you go through that dark night of the soul, your whole life just falls apart. And you become very, very isolated in order. And I think the guides and angels deliberately put you in that position to start to go through the awakening, because it's such a confusing time. You need to be on your own to work through it. So, and becoming intolerant of others as well, which you certainly do. Spectacular tiffs and arguments. Yeah, proper strops. People around me had picked up on my weaknesses. People around you will always reflect back to you what your weaknesses are. They're your learning tool. A little bit like a twin flame is, they reflect back to you internal problems that you need to work through yourself. So if they're showing you anger or jealousy or some sort of ego-based thing, it's something that you might have still within yourself that needs to be brought back up. On the other hand, sometimes it can just be a reflection of what they're feeling inside themselves, and they're sort of spewing it out at you, in which case it isn't personal. But I think when you're going through the awakening, it will do. Yeah, and the lessons, they will come the same lessons will come over and over and again until you've learnt that lesson, and they'll come around in slightly different ways, but the theme will be the same. Victoria Muller, I found my twin flame, but I don't think he knows it yet. I have had really weird things going on. I firmly believe in spirit, and every time I talk to anyone around me, they don't want to know anymore. Synchronicity is everywhere, and now more and more people around me are helping me with figuring everything out. Well, that's good, that's a change. I listened to your reading earlier today and your shoulder was hurting, and when I had done listening, my shoulder hurt for the next couple of hours. How crazy! I felt a constant vibration in my feet, hands and ass, and as of today, the top of my head. Yeah, it's again, you're feeling the vibrations of the earth coming through. I've felt that where I've put my hand on the floor and you can feel the vibration. I've put my hand on a tree when I was first waking up and thought, I can feel the tree is alive. I can feel the vibrations as I put my hand on it, because everything is energy, everything is alive. I've stopped again, hang on. What I can say is that something major is happening in the world, and I know that I'm a large part of gathering people and helping them to awaken. Yeah, every single one of us that is awakening, it is our job, our mission to, in whatever way we do it, is to help awaken others, like the domino effect. So we just keep touching people and just trying to, you know, helping to awake without pushing, without forcing them into it, just gently. Most of the time, you being in close proximity, if you're awake, you being in close proximity with somebody else will kick off their awakening at some point. I know how crazy that sounds, but I know it is completely true, Victoria. It really is. I am not sure if there is any help you can give me, but I also know that I am supposed to connect to a group that is like me. Right, you've just mentioned that you're a twin flame, and you knowing that you're supposed to connect to a group, so you will be needing to connect to your monad group, and your monad group will be naturally attracted to you, and they will naturally come to you. People will turn up out the blue. You will make new friends. You and each one of them that you meet, you will just automatically resonate with them and seem like you've known them forever, and you'll have loads in common with them, and most likely these will be part of your monad group, part of the other 5 sets of twin flames within your set of twin flames. So don't worry about it too much. You don't have to make it happen. Just as you go along your spiritual journey and your awakening, this will naturally happen, and they will naturally come towards you. Me doing this channel, I'm attracting subscribers and everything that resonate with me, and a lot of you are part of my monad group. I've come to learn as I've gone along. So Helio, I've noticed that your messages are not for entertainment. No, they're not for entertainment purposes. Some of it's not funny. Your readings are for people who are on the path of self-realization, for the active seeker of truth, students who take responsibilities for their share of things. Yeah, not blaming others for things that have gone wrong in their lives, not being a victim, taking complete responsibility and knowing that whatever happens in your life is a result of your thoughts, your co-creation within the world. You have brought that towards you, whether it's good or whether it's bad. That's how it works. And it's not, and it's like, oh well, I never thought of that, and I never wished that on myself for that awful thing to happen. But that is part of what your contract was when you came down to earth, what you decided on before you were born, when you were still spirit, and we've forgotten that. So we do have to go through these lessons, and yes, you did agree to them. You know, and yes, we'll sometimes sit here and wonder why on earth we would have agreed to something like this, to go through this. But after going through so many lives and being reincarnated again, we will have learnt things from different lives, and these are the things that we have to learn in this life, and we have to take responsibility for that. We can't blame anybody else for that. People come, things happen for a reason. We consciously fill the psychic atmosphere with what we want to receive from life, yes. Which is why we have to start thinking with our hearts, come from our heart chakra, give everything out, give love out to our atmosphere around us, to other people around us, to the world, to go up into the collective consciousness, to make a difference, to try and make a difference in this world and to bring peace, and it will come. I firmly believe that it will come. I firmly believe that we are winning. I really do. Things will happen soon that will start to bring change around. There's too many lights up. There's too many of us in the world now. There's too many of us lighting up and awakening now for it not to be making a difference. Of course we're making a difference. Each and every one of you is making a difference by your spiritual growth every day and your consciousness. We show and we sow the way as we inspire others to act with kindness. Thank you, Helio. Yeah, you always know what's you. Fantastic with words. You really are. Leslie Mitchell. No new awarenesses for me, but I always resonate with you, Danny. Thank you. But at the same time you said that, no new awarenesses, you said underneath big change today. Went for another interview and 99% sure that you will get it. Did you get it? You've been verbally offered it. So there was a new awareness. There was a new beginning for you. New job. Great and happy about the next stage of my life here after major life changes. Thank you. So anyone that I've not, I could go, there's so many of them. Anyone that I've not mentioned, I love you loads and loads and loads. But there is an awful lot of comments. I just wanted to go through some of the main ones with you, as I'll just be here all night. I'll get really bored. Go stuff it. I'll go somewhere else. So, right, ow, lifting my shoulder up then. Right, I've pulled the cards out. I'm going to put the camera down because I can't hold my cards up at the moment the way I usually do. But you've seen my face for long enough. I've gone on for long enough. Thank you so much for your continued support and all your comments. And I hope that I'm helping. I hope that I'm making a real contribution to your lives in some way, shape or form, however little that may be. But remember that you've all got the answers inside you, and you've all got the co-creative energies to carry on awakening and carry on spiritually and being aware of things. I think sometimes I'm just here maybe to confirm some of your questions and give reassurance out that you are on the right path and you are going in the right direction. We all are, you know, and sometimes it needs tweaking and sometimes we need to change it sometimes, but we're all going and we're all getting there. Okay, so I will put the camera down. Okay, camera down. Now, if you heard me waffling at the beginning and you've not skipped straight through to the angel messages for the weekend, you would have heard me talking about threes and 333s all day. And I've just made a note of sort of my intro and how long I've been talking to put it into the bottom of the video if you want to skip straight through to here. And it's 33 minutes and 15 seconds. So, anyway, thoughts on 33s and 3s, please. Right, we are starting off with the 10 of Ariel, and this is for Friday the 13th of October. Now you have it all. There has been so much to be grateful for. You have been financially successful and no longer worry about money. There is a happily ever after coming. Today you should be, on Friday the 13th, there's a lot of community, a lot of communication that's going to be going on with you. Long-term investments into your future, which is going to lead you to happily ever afters, knowing again that you're going down the right path and everything's going to be okay. A lot of family connections. I think for most of you, your family has become one of the greatest blessings in your life, and that's something that you need to acknowledge Friday and just be grateful for it and grateful for the blessings in your life that are coming around for you. A lot of things will be coming to fruition for you. I spoke before about reincarnation and the lessons that we need to learn in this lifetime. I think this card actually is talking about sometimes we choose the family as well. We choose our children, our family, even though, you know, we might not get on with them sometimes, but they are teaching us lessons. So today is about being grateful for some of the lessons that you are being taught, for having that family around you, for having the community around you. It's not just family members, it's people that you work with, it's people who you see around you. They have all been you have chosen all these people to be around you at this time in order to help you to learn lessons, to help you along your path, to help you to be propelled forward. So be very grateful for that. As I say, even if you're not getting on with them, they're there for a specific reason. They are showing you something that you need to learn, that you need to become aware of. So what will that be today? What is it they're trying to teach you today in their own way, with the things that they say, with the things that they do? Is it that you need to learn to be a little bit more humble? Is it that you need to learn to have more patience with certain family members or friends or colleagues around you? Is it teaching you that you need to look at the bigger picture, that you need to put yourself in somebody else's shoes and look from their perspective on things, about how they feel and how they see things? And be grateful for those lessons and give blessings up to your guides and angels for learning that, because every lesson that is learned is just bringing you one step forward on your path. So a lot of lessons to be learned within your community and around friends or family today, which is going to make you happy, which is going to put you in a positive position. Now, some of those lessons at the moment that they happen, they might not be all that great. You know, you might be running out of patience with somebody, you might be getting angry with somebody, you might have feelings of desperation with somebody, but they're teaching you lessons. They're reflecting back at you what you need to improve on within yourself. Saturday the 14th, we've got the 8 of Gabriel, which is a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, and important communication. Suddenly things are moving at a very fast pace on Saturday, so busy. Whatever you've been waiting for to go forward, there's no delays now. Things are going to go forward. Things you've been waiting on, you're going to get an answer on those. And for the amount of stuff that's going to be going on Saturday, it could be a little bit overwhelming for some of you. It may be just that you feel like there is not enough hours in the day to get everything done that you need to get done. Could be that you're surrounded by people, surrounded by friends, family, so much going on, and all you want to do is be on your own, and that's getting overwhelming for you because you just want to go and sit down and have some space on your own. And if you need to do that, get 5 minutes to yourself, however that may be. You know, tell them you're going out to the shops or something, and just get out for 5 minutes and just get that little bit of peace and get yourself grounded and balanced again. But there's a lot going on the Saturday, and it could feel for some of you like there's too much going on. So you need to stay grounded. You need to do your breathing during the day. Remember, as soon as you wake up Saturday morning, just think, there could be things coming around today that I don't expect, things coming in that are fast, that are action paced, that I might feel a bit overwhelmed. Even if you get it up on Saturday morning and think, well, I haven't got anything planned and I don't really know what's going on, it's going to be likely that something's going to come flying in that you're going to have to deal with. And that's so first thing in the morning, just prepare yourself, do some deep breathing exercises, get yourself grounded, and say, whatever comes along today, ask your guides and angels for help and say, I can handle it. I can handle whatever comes by today. Try and be organised as well if you can, if there is a lot going on. Give yourself that 5-10 minutes on your own just to think, right, okay, this is the plan for today. This is what I need to get through with patience and balance. There's going to be a lot of new information for some of you that are coming through, with messages that are coming through from you, from others. Now this could be communication from other people, it could be communication coming through from your guides and angels, answers to your questions, answers to prayers that you've been putting out there. But amongst all of this, amongst the fact that you've got too many balls juggling on Saturday, you're going to get flashes of inspiration. You are going to get some aha moments coming through to you, which are going to bring about immediate results. So if you're struggling, if you're getting overwhelmed on Saturday, just ask your guides and angels for help, and you'll get those flashes of inspiration. You go, ah, brilliant, I know how to deal with this. I know how to get grounded and deal with this, which is going to make it a lot easier, without getting overwhelmed, without getting angry, without getting frustrated, impatient, all of those lower chakra feelings that we can sometimes get, that we still get, which is human, which is completely human, and we're allowed to feel those things sometimes. It's about how we handle them, and it's how we react to situations is the result of how things are going to turn out for us. And Sunday we've got the moon, the opportunity to improve your plans. So listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. I don't like the idea of facing fears, but this is how we grow. This is what happens. It's time to review your plans. Something isn't just quite right. So your guides and angels are lovingly bringing this to your attention. So you may actually feel on an intuitive level that there is something going on within your life on Sunday, or something's happening that you are not quite sure of, that it's just going to feel a bit off. It's going to feel a bit off for you. You're not going to be quite sure about it. You need to go inwards and listen. They're going to try and guide you into the right direction that you need to go in. You're going to be very intuitive on Sunday. So tune in. If you've got eyes to see and you've got ears to hear, you will hear them and you will see them and you will feel them. A lot of you are going to be developing more psychic ability and intuition and spiritual growth on Sunday. You're going to see, maybe as part of the 1111 and the waves that have been coming through, you're going to start to see the results of that. You integrate that within you on Sunday, and that's going to start coming through for you. It's dreams. Some of it's going to be coming through dreams for you as well. So maybe Saturday night, Sunday night, when you go to sleep, have that pad, have that pen next to you in order to write down the dreams that you're having. If you're not too sure about them, send them in to me. I'll see what I can do. Ask Archangel Haniel if you are in the middle of if you are on the spiritual journey and developing psychic talents, psychic gifts, intuitive gifts, clairvoyance, mediumship, all sorts of, automatic writing, whatever it is that you're going down, which path you're going down and you're learning and you're becoming aware of. Ask Archangel Haniel and they can help you to develop it. They can help you, guide you with that. So there's going to be something that's there's a bit off on Sunday that you're not going to be quite sure of, but if you listen to your intuition about the situation, they're going to show you what it is that's missing, and you'll be able to come to the realization of what you need to do in order to change direction slightly and get back onto your path on Sunday. It's human to have moments when you feel worried or uncertain. That's completely human. That's normal. This card is meant to reassure you that by facing your fears, you can overcome them and evolve them to a higher level. It's no good when we get a fear to ignore it, to run away from it, to think I can't face that. That is how we grow stronger. That is how we get through things, not by ignoring them, but by actually standing there becoming the lion, getting that inner strength and facing whatever it is we need to face. Looking it straight in the eye and saying, right, okay, let's get through this. We'll get through it. That's what makes you stronger. That's what makes you spiritually grow. And that's when, and you'll get rewarded for that. So you can overcome anything that you want to overcome. Anything that you think is holding you back is an illusion. So again, Archangel Haniel will be around you on Sunday to shed light on all facets of your life. And you know that if an archangel or an angel, your guides, your higher consciousness is shining light on something within your life, that's because that part of your life is slightly dark and that darkness needs to be put out. So if it's a fear, if it's a worry that maybe you've not been dealing with, that you've kind of been put to one side, it may come up on Sunday. And it could come up in any form. It will be a theme. Remember how I said earlier that if you don't learn something, it will just come up in another way for you to learn in a different situation, but it'll be the same theme, whether it's ego or anger or fear, ignoring things, jealousy, whatever that may be. Angel Haniel may shine a light on it on Sunday and bring it up again in order to get it cleared, to get it healed once and for all. But you are very intuitive and you are developing your psychic gifts, some of you. So be really thankful for that, and that is going to help you to see where that bit of darkness is, to see what it is that you need to face and get through. Listen out for those of you that are developing psychic abilities, becoming aware of these sort of things through, hang on, I'm listening, through your abilities. Some of you could be getting messages from loved ones on the other side, loved ones that have passed over. Maybe they'll move something in the house, maybe you'll get it through as an angel message, maybe it'll come through a song, maybe there will be a familiar smell of perfume or aftershave, or maybe your dad used to smoke and you'll suddenly smell cigarette smoke around you. For some of you, there could be messages like that coming through to you, and that's just them coming through to say, hey, I love you, we're here, and we're here for you, and we're supporting you, and you're not alone. You never have been alone. We've always been here. We're showing you that we're still here. We might not be here in the human body, but we're still here. We never went anywhere. We're all spirits in human body having a human experience. When we die, we don't go anywhere. We're just losing the human body part, that's all. They're still with you. So for a few of you, that might happen. Archangel Haniel is a wonderful angel to call upon when you've got questions about the subconscious or your sleeping dreams. She is associated with the moon and the development of people's intuition and their psychic abilities. So call upon Haniel to help in understanding situations that seem mysterious or difficult to see clearly. So Sunday sounds like a very interesting, it might be scary for some of us, there might be some stuff coming up that we need to face, that we need to come to a realization about, to teach us. But hey, we like challenges, not big huge ones, but whatever we go through we grow from and we learn from. So right, that is your power weekend angel cards. I hope you enjoyed them. Namaste, have a brilliant weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.